Alrighty traders, big moves in the markets, and yes, let's start with those markets. That wild, untamed beast running rampant, unchecked, driven not by the strength of the companies that we're looking at, of course, or the health of the economy from which they come, but by speculation and greed. Short selling, don't get me fucking started. Legalized gambling with people's livelihoods, jobs, families. The short-sighted maneuvers that often prioritize quick profits over long-term health of businesses and actual growth that would lead to proper jobs instead creates volatility and instability. Who suffers the most? You. Retail traders, regular normal folk, people who've got nothing to do with the markets. They're just, working for Tesla one day, 14,000 of them fired the next. It's not just the markets that are messed up, it's America. And your political landscape is extremely stunted, and I suppose over there you'd call it a hot mess. Looks like a reality TV show gone wrong. From where I'm sitting, politicians seem way more focused on scoring points and serving donors than actually solving real problems. In actual fact, it seems like they create problems in order to then score more points. Don't even get me started on the polarization and divisiveness that seems to be tearing your country apart. It's like watching two different worlds fight each other to death, unable to find any common ground or work together for the greater good. Fuck it, for good. Just a little bit of good. And let's talk about the inequality that comes with all of this. The wealth gap will never, ever decrease. It's only going to get worse. It's already fucking obscene. Rich, obviously, continue to get richer. Poor, struggling. The land of opportunity. Where is that? Where is the upward mobility in America? It's out of reach for everybody who doesn't trade. You know what really grinds the gears? The fucking apathy. The complacency. The fact that you only argue each other rather than do anything. You get more and more increasingly desensitized to each other's points of view. It creates an incredible dysfunction at the heart of the markets. And I think you guys should be demanding better from each other. Now, I'm not talking about interpersonal relationships in my audience. We're a fucking team, and we look beyond that bollocks. But generally speaking, what the fuck is going on? It doesn't have to be this way. You've got the power to change things over there. You can demand accountability from your leaders over there. You can hold markets accountable where you guys are. You could build an equitable society, and you could create fairness for your children and your children's children. It won't be easy. You're going to have to do work. It won't happen overnight. But if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and actually do the work, I think we can create a better future for ourselves, for this generation and others to come. So let's stop complaining, stop yapping at each other, and start taking some action already! Time for changes now, guys! Let's get into that, a little bit of the trading to increase your upward mobility, and here's some tips, tricks, and lessons that'll increase your wealth. Look at this is a breakdown. We talked about the measured move. It was to the top side of this gap. It's now filled that gap. Looking left, you can see that cavernous hole in price action now being filled in with some concrete supports and these downtrending moves. It's at the 236. FYI, it's also at an important 200 period moving average. It's absolutely in extreme danger if it doesn't turn around now. Stochastics say that there's fuck all adherence to this downward sloping trend. It really needs to start picking up again. The DMI positive has been in ascendancy for a long time until such times it got completely crushed at this breakdown move, and since then DI negative been in charge. The RSI, where are you at, you little cheeky sod you? Anyway, that's not all we need to look at. Yes, it could keep going further down. It could get fucking terrible. It could go to a golden pocket at SPX at 4,500. The reason it could keep going is because things like this on Nvidia, where there's a massive gap just below here, 382. It's already gone through the 236. That doesn't look healthy. You've got your 12B3. If you don't know what that's all about, you really ought to have joined the Discord and the free book club, leveling people up every frickin' episode of that thing. So if this continues to roll over with its double top, its breakdown, 12B3, it could easily go back down, fill this gap. Test the 382. Why should it bounce there? Why should it not just go on to the 50% retracement in around 618? Why shouldn't it just go down to the golden pocket? Fuck it, why doesn't it actually probably come down to 435 where there's another tiny gap The breakout from this move could easily happen. You go to the daily time frame. Look at this. It's giving up now. It's lower than 236. Giving that up, even if it bounces back up again. If that doesn't put it in a higher high, it's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. That's NVIDIA. There's other things to look at, including Bitcoin halving. It's coming up during this fucking show. Look at that. It's a broadening wedge. There's a potential bull flag. If that fails, you know, it could just come all the way back down to the 886, or actually probably test the bottom side of this. Broadening wedge at the bottom side of a terrible, horrible trend. Yeah, well, we want to see that break to the top side, so we do. If it does hold these levels, should it come back down, I'd expect us to be on for a test of 68 and change, and then that'll break and price action will go to 73, and that'll break and it'll go 84, and then it'll find a little bit of a pause, because if it does break above 84, the next fucking stop's 117 grand. Oh my god, are you serious? You bet I'm serious. What else is happening? Ethereum. Come on, chart. Here, so you had this level of downward sloping price action. You know, it's horrible. Underneath, you've got this upward sloping momentum, which goes back quite a long time. So if this momentum line breaks, this will break down. You've got a target here at 2,805, so Rocky Outcrop Flash. God bless Rocky Outcrop. If that breaks, well, this thing, oh my goodness gracious me, 4-hour time frame. You can see that there's other Rocky Outcrop Flashes, 2, 3, 4, 3. You don't really want to be losing 20% off Ethereum. That would be terrible for the alt market. So hopefully it does bounce. And when it does, there's the target at the top side, 44.8. On Ethereum, poof, a whole 25% to the top side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that looks interesting. Total market cap has come back down, tested this level. Found body closes in at around the 100, 900, the trillion, 1 trillion. That's a lot of bob, that. A lot of bobbies. Right. In at around 1 trillion. We've talked about this level before. It's a crucial psychological level. You know, everybody trading this total chart. Jokes. Right, so it's obviously rolled over here. It looks a little bit like Wyckoff distribution. It's found no real support at what should have been support, and that looks dodgy. So we really do want to see this thing move to the top side. That being said, Bitcoin, Bitstamp, getting up these halving charts here. We'll put it on the weekly time frame. Make this point. We've made it a lot, but I don't know. A lot of people only tune in on Sploshins. Right, so you've got a price action here on Bitcoin. You had a double top. Price action came back down again, testing that same area again at the most recent highs. If it should break it and the 1.13, oh my goodness gracious me, 1618, 2618, up 156,000 possibly. As you've gone through these other halvings previously, price action was consolidating and going sideways. Consolidating and going sideways. I can make it bigger and make the point more obvious. You know, price action certainly moves after it, but as it's going through it, very much sideways price action. As you can see, you can stretch it out forever and ever. Still very much within a range. Going back to the previous halving, again, that's all three of them now. Price action typically goes sideways through the halving itself. Maybe it ticks up afterwards. That has happened a number of times. And most recent halving, you saw it rise up to meet it. But again, as you went through the halving, price action, again, going sideways. So, is it going to be an anticlimactic event? No, it's not. You've got Tradespotting shouting at you while it's happening. It's the fireworks are here. They're audible, but you can't see any of them. Right, Bitcoin dominance. Is it going to improve? Because if it's getting stronger, then there's a chance Bitcoin will break down, or it'll be breaking up ahead of everything else. Now, Bitcoin is, the halving affects Bitcoin, not Ethereum and whatnot directly, but there are obviously implications. So if it is that Bitcoin keeps going sideways, then that may well be that alts rise, Bitcoin dominance would drop. If it is that Bitcoin is going to go down, then the Bitcoin dominance will go up because alts will take a much bigger hit. If Bitcoin's going up, alts have been poised. They've had such a huge retracement recently. That was at 1.6 billion total chart. Now it's at less than a trillion. 1.6 trillion, less than a trillion. Sorry, I get my trillions and my billions mixed up. Bank manager hates it. So you're looking at this thing. If it is that the Bitcoin dominance is going to fall down, that might be a really good sign for altcoins. If it's going to go up, that might be a really bad sign for the entire crypto market. We shall see. We'll be watching. We don't need it on the weekly time frame, but we have it here. Bitcoin weekly dominance. As you can see, these are the strong levels up at around 68. And these are the weak levels in around 45. It's testing now in at around 60. It's got this potential rolling over. I can't remember exactly what I've drawn in there. Let's get into it though and find out. It's a couple of different harmonics, it seems. Where are they? Where are you? Lots of stretching going on here. Stretch price. Right, so that's interesting. Yeah, you've had the reaction out of that guy. Well, price action probably come back, test that impulse move. It did, and then moved out of that downward sloping diagonal. Interesting. Now it's meeting this long-term resistance. Oh my goodness gracious me. If it breaks that, well, you've got your 58, 60% dominance. That's where Bitcoin would be heading. And it's possible it gets there. It's been in the top side of the RSI for most of the recent past. When it does drop down, it's giving you bullish divergence on the lows in the momentum indicator with higher lows on price action. But they have left this really important flashback down at 51.3%, which is very much where Bitcoin could go and dominance could go to test. If that was happening, it may well be that Bitcoin itself is moving up in price, but the alts are really outstripping it. It's very possible. We've already looked at Ethereum. Here's Solana, 143. Also had its double top, pulled back, strong reaction so far, but it's still lower highs along with a lower low. So what do we need to see, folks? Let me know in the chat box right now. We've got potentially on the tiny time frames, call it an hourly, there's a little bit of an uptrend here, but there's no higher highs in any significant sense. There's no higher lows. This is all even or, close enough, near enough, marginal. If it does break up, you've got these flashes there on Sol, 169, 179. That'll happen at some point. So if you're not trading on leverage and you've got lots of patience, then you probably should have been better waiting for a better entry. So it was. Anywho, you're looking at this thing, targeting that area if there is a break to the top side. Now, $20 on Sol, that's nothing to be sniffed at. If it breaks those levels, it'll come up and it'll be testing the triple top in at around $205. That's indicative of what all alts will be doing if they move up. Really, really strong moves. So index futures, you might be looking then at Bitcoin. You'd be talking about this obvious terrible formation. You got very close to that flash and then pullback. So very good trade there. Very helpful indicator. Get it at patreon.com/rockyoutcrop. There is nothing like it. And there's more coming. Right. So if it does move back up, it's got an important trend line to break. On the early time frame, you can see it's gone through one, found support at it, but it hasn't managed to break the important horizontals. You could say that this is a higher high. And this is a Bitcoin mini futures market CMEs. Right, so you've got this. It's a higher high, but you've got this. It's a double bottom. So is that a reversal formation? No, not really. You needed to do better and put in now a higher low. So you're looking for, that was the answer, correct, a higher low on Bitcoin. You're also looking for a higher low on Ethereum. You haven't quite got that yet. As you can see, that horizontal level, it never went through it, whereas Bitcoin did. We're talking about the futures here. You had this reaction. It's increasingly expanding on its moves to the downside. You don't want to see that. You need a higher low. You get a higher low on this guy. Whether or not it puts in a higher high first off or not isn't necessarily important because Bitcoin already has done. We need them both to be putting in higher lows and then it'll go on to test the top side move. So really interesting there on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now back to the markets at large on ES. We're again looking at the futures. Rolling over here, huge targets to the top side. Are things going to go back up? Did you see the massive whack we had yesterday in post-market? Because, well, basically, the world likes to... Life is cheap. Life is really cheap at the minute in the world. It's abhorrent. Anyway, it's closed this gap. Obviously, futures had the same gap that SPY had. It's futures perhaps indicative of the fact that SPY was going to get that, what with them opening earlier and departing from that zone. So it's broken through important horizontals. It's got a very obvious linear downtrend on the go. So if this is the break, then that's a really obvious heads up that price action will be going for retracement back up again. How far will it go? Well, if we drop this Fibonacci on, we'll take it from the impulse move on that trend as opposed to the all-time high and be modest in our targets. You need to get back above 5050. SPX, ES minis, they've got a little bit of a, they trade in contango, so they'll be obviously stretching that little bit further than the underlying, than SPY, so if you're looking for then user measurement on this chart, we'll take the modest targets, 236, 5050. Then if it breaks it, you really want to see this come up and test this previous level of support, and maybe it would be resistance, but you need to see it get there. Well, that would be in at around 5175, 5185. If it can get back to those levels, it'll be very enthusiastic about it. I would be very positive. If it manages to break that, then I think we're probably going to go on and test the 1.1352 95300. Break that, then you'll be on for a breakout move up to 5430 again. Absolutely bonkers, but that's what's probably going to happen. What else is going on in the world at the minute? Did you see the markets in for oil? right? Where is the extra hours? I don't need regular. So look at that. That's what happened. Israel fired their missiles. Boom, landed outside, just outside the gates of the nuclear development facility in Iran there. I would read out the name of the city, but I would only fucking offend everybody in the world by trying. This is a strong rejection of the idea that oil is going to push up higher, because it came all the way back down and tested that previous low. Now, it's obviously bullishly divergent there, so it could keep moving, but this is a huge rejection from that level, so I'd be pretty cautious there. That's oil. We'll also go on now and look at corn, right? Corn, interesting. It did take a move to the top side. If there's a huge worldwide war, you would expect to see this thing go crazy. I think we're in the middle of a commodity super cycle kicking off here, so I'd expect that to make big differences. On the daily time frame, you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. This is the commodities chart, so it can leave them for a while, as you can see. And if it did move back up, huge moves on corn. This is a V-shaped recovery. It's failing at the minute. You've got obviously bearish divergence, continuation divergence there. If it does make its way back up, topside target there around 570 plus on that thing. Does it look like it's happening right now? No, it looks like it's a little bit screwed at the minute. Then ZWW, this is wheat. It's also performing very poorly. None of these things suggest that the world's about to fall into a big black hole. And there you've got your soybeans, which potentially putting in a double bottom, higher low, bullish divergence. If it did push lower, it'd take a long time to burn that off. So obviously a warning signal, but you've got rocket crop flash screaming at you at 12.91. Currently trading at 11.65. I think that's interesting. Also interesting is natural gas. Look how much has been totally screwed. Same situation with regards to gaps. Go to the weekly time frame, put this trend in perspective. Crushing move. This thing was trading up at 9 point something. Now it's down at less than basically 1.752. Completely and utterly wrecked there, and it's not taken all that long for it to roll over. Has the world changed that much, right? I thought they said that we were going through inflation. How could we be going through inflation if this thing's lost 90% of its value, right? And a lot of people rely on wheat. So, no, that's natural gas. Same story, right? I'm paying through the fucking nose for my gas at the minute. I had a gas leak yesterday. Literally one of those ones that could have blown everybody to smithereens. Phoned the gas company, they told me to get the fuck out of my house and not even turn off a light switch. You know, not even turn off a light switch. I'm a trader, I gotta turn light switches off and on all day. Anyway, I'm gonna hide that so that nobody can see what's going on there. And you've got your NKD, this is interesting, isn't it? A little bit of a pullback. This is the Nikkei futures. We talked about what might be going on in Japan. This is an upward trend. You've got this higher high, but it's bearishly divergent. You've got then this extreme bullish potential momentum showing up here on the downtrend, with the fact that price is nowhere near retracing down to lower lows. This thing is in the bearish control zone. It's actually fallen off the side of the cliff there already, but it's not even broken that trend line yet. So if it holds that, you're going to have a really strong reaction on this bounce, and Nikkei futures going absolutely bonkers, right? So these are things to pay attention to. Really good signals, and if you look at all of these charts in combination, you'll get a great picture of where the markets are going. Those rampant markets. Whoa, right? So top tip, if you're trading in ES futures, you can touch it onto MES, that's the mini contract, and, well, lower cost to trade. Good index, good ticker. You should be keeping an eye on this thing. Anyway, futures targets there, similar to the other charts we've looked at. What a lovely look around the market. Say, hit that like button, tell me what you thought of the show, and let's get into some of your requests. Welcome to the Tradespotting live show. This is it, folks. This is Sploshing. I'm not drinking. I'm a little bit angry. You guys are all going to clink your beers with me. Hit that like button and let me know what you want to look at next. Welcome to Tradespotting. Fuck the bastard. Whoa. What a great, brilliant, amazing start we've had. Next up, it's the request section. Let me know what you'd like to look at. Thanks very much for the 30 months, Kieran. Cheers for the 20 bucks, BMJ. No more of that. Let me know if you want me to look at anything just with a normal message in the chat box. Thanks for everybody for watching and hitting the like button so far. Sean and On asking about GameStop. If you want to know anything about that, let me know with the links in the chat or underneath there. The links underneath the video in the description. Happy to answer your question on any ticker you like, Sean. Any ticker you like. And same for everybody else. Thanks very much, Kieran. Thanks very much, Batman Majama. And cheers for trying to be helpful in the chat box there. Kieran, neighbours in the alleyway wondering what I'm doing to that shitty Scotsman. the neighbours' alleyways. We call them closes. Can't even walk down the close without someone calling me some kind of pervert. Faster than the greased pig, I'd wager. What sort of a show is this? So, Hedgie Hunter, thanks very much. You're right, I did. I got it first. And on to the excellent fun part of the show, looking at GameStop. Take a little bit of a dip there. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Right, this is fixing that.
Sometimes I wish I never got the motherfucking thing. Hello, hello, can I speak to Big E? Yo, who this? Tanisha, your call back, I'm busy. Why don't you hit me on the box a little later? Washed up, got dressed, hits the elevator. Steps out, it's the same old scene. Dope fiend, crack fiend, eyewitness news team. I seen the honey with the butt looking butter soft. I know she look much better with them clothes up off. Sitting all thick with the ruby red lipstick. That's the one I got to get with. Can I get with ya? 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 Why you wanna get with me? Cause you got a big B-U-T-T, see? Can I get with ya? 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 Why you
Oh, look how well that worked!
She said if I get with you, I got to get with your whole hood rat crew. What you think I do? Sling skins for a living? My name ain't November, this ain't Thanksgiving. You ain't Michael Bivins, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Do me, baby, I ain't down. My name ain't Tupac.
Boom, BMJ's not doing that. I will get to it though. You just need to let me know in the chat box. John and on, you asked about GameStop. Are you serious? Ask again, properly. Hello, that's a trend line.
102, how to squeeze 22s in them Reebok shoes.
Why doesn't this go any louder?
Can I get with ya? Can I get with ya? Can I get with ya? Cause you got a big T-T-T. Can I get with ya? 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 Why you wanna get with me? Cause you got a big B-U-T-T. I said walk me upstairs cause I forgot my Phillies. She said I don't care, just don't be acting silly. I knew I had a track with my hardcore rap, and it wouldn't take a second before I had her on her back twiddling with the brush strap. Threw on my silk CD cause I wanna get freaky with you. Lose control on the skins is all I can picture. Now I'm about to hit ya. Can I get with ya? Ow, can I get with ya? Why you wanna get with me? Cause I gotta make you get hey, can I get with ya? Oh, can I get with ya? Hey, can I get with ya? You big booty bitch, come on. Oh, do the big booty bitch. So black, so black, so black. So black, can I get a little so black?
Today, I'm going to cook up some pizza in the...
Andrew Gentry remix.
Oh yeah, holla if you hear me, yeah, holla if you hear me. Here we go, turn it up, let it start. From block to block, we snatching hearts and jacking marks. And the punk police can't fake me and make me. We can have peace someday, G. But right now I got my mind set up. Looking down the barrel of my nine, get up. Cause it's time to make the payback fat. So my brothers on the block better stay strapped. Black and accept no substitutes. I bring truth to the youth, tear the roof off the whole school. Oh no, I won't turn the other cheek. Case I can't see, that's what we burned the other week. Now we got them in the smash, blast. How long will it last until the pro get more cash? Until then, raise up till my young black men blaze up. Like some mess, don't stress, test. I'm giving, but be thankful that you're living blessed. Much love to my brothers in the pen. See you when I free it, not when they shove me in. Once again,
Alright, so Sean asked a question, but he hasn't actually managed to come back with what it is. Like, when GME Moon, when Lambo, you know, a little bit of me is tingling. The spidey senses makes me think, you're being a bit of a dick. I mean, are you actually legit? In which case, you'll have the stones to ask again and take this line of questioning yourself, won't you? Or is it that you're a knob? Let me know, Sean. What the fuck, eh? Know what I mean? It's not a fucking ask a question and then sit there like a twat when I'm asking you back. What is it you want to know, man? Hey, good question asked there by Kieran. This will start on the weekly time frame where you can see it's been an upward sloping channel. It's bullish trend with higher highs, higher lows. We've got our time-based Fibonacci that told us about a number of breakouts previously. If there'll be another, it may well come in around summertime, 29th, 30th of July, start of August. You can see here, if you break to the top side, 1618 extension of the move that took you into this channel would be up around 140 bucks. If it was to get back to 236, get back above that level at the minute, 111, you'd like to see it back above right where it is there, 111 change, making it to move to the top side of that channel. But on the weekly, you can see that it's potentially coming back through the basis line of that channel, right? So a really strong potential bounce here because it's been in an uptrend and there's a reason for it to bounce. Look left, you can also see that there's a wick low, so it would be a higher low bounce there, perfectly acceptable. If you look down in stochastics, while it's been going down, they've been going down because that's not adherence to the actual trend. So if they turn around again, that's a good signal, especially on the weekly time frame. There you've got the obvious bullish divergence with the fact that this could turn around and nowhere near lower than any of these parts on the formation, but obviously it is in the momentum, so if it makes a move up, I'd suggest that that's got strength there too. It's at the basis line, so another reason why it could bounce right here. Down at the daily time frame, you can see now clearly these gaps to the top side that it went through when it made this sharp move down. A lot of volatility then, so if the volatility is going to be even more extended than it is at the minute, the move that you'd be looking for it to take up is redonkulous. You'd have to go at a steeper incline than that move down, which would be near instant. Doesn't necessarily look like that's going to happen. I could say we're looking for a period of consolidation here, a reversal formation, and then taking off again. When you look left, you can see that, how it's approximate to the prior low. The huge amount of bullish divergence here then. Not really a relevant look back period, but you can also put this in context of it being at the top side of the bearish control zone. And when is it at the top side of the bearish control zone on the momentum indicator? Where it's about to bounce to the top side. That's the daily time frame. Onto the 4 hour, where you can see here there's more of a bullish divergence with a lower low, higher low in the momentum. If it breaks above its own moving average, it'll probably take it out of the bearish control zone, and that'll take it back to at least fill in one of these gaps. Stochastics already look like they might want to take a shot to the top side. There's the 1 hour time frame where you are in danger of previously putting in cat vomit all over the top of price action. It knocked it down that little bit further. You got that extra touch of bullish divergence. This time it came at the top side. It could have gone in oversold, but it didn't. Previous to that, you got your bullish divergence, so you've now got free touches. If it escapes from the bearish control zone, price action will take out 112. It will take out 114. It'll get up and test 116. That's what you'd be looking for. You'd obviously need to manage risk because everything will change around 111 and then change again around 116. So you've got to be very careful. But if this trend does evolve back to the top side, you'll look at the targets of 123. And if it breaks out of this channel, like we said on the weekly time frame, you can express the liquidity of the move you'd likely see, because it'd be something like this. Drop it on the top side, and that would take you back even above those 163. No, there it is. 150. 150. Well, I mean, the later it happens, the more money you get. If you get in lower, oh, even better. This thing is currently looking at catching a knife, but when you're down on the 30-minute time frame, stretch this little dude out, you can see there's clear bullish divergence still here. So if it does manage to make it now back above the previous high in RSI, it'll come in and test this tiny little gap in around 111, and I think that's the target. It's 112.49. I think that's the first place you'd need to break if you were looking for this thing to recover, because it's also being 886 in a failed V shape. So you want it to exceed that, get in at the bottom side of this gap, so it's got past the first level of significant resistance after the diagonal in the tiny time frames, and start trying to get back to that proper trend where you've got a lot of bullish divergence, and it might happen. Thanks very much for that fax request, Kieran. What else came in? Boom, $7.99. ARUSDT for Mr. Tubes. And then Dot, you bet it. CBA on ASX, you bet it. Core USD quickly. And Batman Pajama, thank you so much. You shouldn't be doing that though. USD here, get your message out anyway into it. Now we're looking at this thing. Everybody else should be doing it. On the weekly time frame, what are you saying? Oh my goodness, you don't need to know about it on the weekly. It's only really been around for a minute. You can't be looking at the entirety of price action here putting in a continuation formation because there would be nothing to continue. It's the entirety of it. Daily, there's obviously that's where the pullback in crypto was happening recently. A couple of weeks in, it's managed to exceed that previous high. That's very interesting. Not exactly impressive on the RSI there, but it didn't put in bearish divergence. It started to retrace, but that's held 50% of this move so far. If it does manage to bounce there, which has had a little bit of a wick low and it recovers 2.045, that might be interesting. 4 hour time frame, period consolidation. Don't think you can call this a bull flag. It's long below the 236 and 382. Testing that 50%, not a flag. I suppose it depends where your pole is, but it ain't. But we can draw a downward sloping resistance across the top of it, and that definitely needs to break that. I can see it already broke the body highs, but that's just from going sideways, in which case it's normal because it's a period of consolidation. It hasn't put in any higher highs or higher lows. It's not actually going sideways, but it is still consolidating. We see it below the center line, the RSI. Stochastic's picking up now as it put that little flick to the top side. That is interesting. Need to drop down and test that, but it's indicative of that if it does start making moves on the smaller time frame, even if it's not immediately, then that'll increase the likelihood of a big move happening on this time frame, because you can see here if it breaks the horizontal at 2.07, the next wick high is 2.18 and then 2.3567. Significant percentage moves there. The retracement obviously at this point is part of this rejection, downward sloping diagonal. People a little bit could take that and look at the extension off of this guy. It's at a level where it would likely turn around. You can see these previous horizontal highs and coming in and testing that sort of area for resistance. Not all that crazy, it did so. The fact that it still managed to hold this formation, not pull back more than 50%. The RSI hasn't yet turned bearish. It's got above its own moving average and testing that center line. If it does break out there, either this downward sloping diagonal across the top of price action or the RSI back above the center line, I suggest this thing goes and tries maybe even a 10% move, maybe even more. 1 hour time frame looks a little bit dodgy there with cat vomit all over it. Downward sloping resistance having been met. 3 touches now and that wick forms the third and a rejection. So if it does break down, you could look at this and say, well, Tradespotting, draw a line along the bottom of it. You've got a little bit of a tightening wedge, and either way the breakout would be measured this sort of distance. That doesn't take you back above the previous high, so asking for that sort of thing, it's not completely unrealistic. It would be giving you the double top on this formation. And then if we take this guy underneath and say what would happen if it broke down, well, we'd come underneath there and test that downward sloping, previously resistance, now support, and price action would be putting in what would be an obvious parallel channel at this level. So if it did break up, you then be looking at this Fibonacci, be talking about the targets here in terms of, whoops, there it is. Do you want to let go of me? If fibs get overly attached to me, I don't know what it is. It's like the crew from Meltdown. So you've got your 886 at 3.755. That would be the double top you'd look for if this thing continued in a positive trend after breaking 3, let's call it 3. That is also golden pocket here from this previous move, so I'd be cautious about the potential for it to slow down there even if it was in a bullish move, because not only have you got the current high obviously, but you've got the golden pocket and that horizontal level of resistance we spoke to. So even if you're really bullish, that's the formation you'd be looking at. You'd have to ignore the fact that it's in a downtrend there and then look for the move in liquidity to the top side, break that horizontal level of resistance and go bonkers. But probably more money you've made based on the way that you trade yourself, BMJ, is if you're to take this guy and look at those intermittent highs, a 236, likely that be rejection on the first pass because it's a 1.13 extension. It's the 50% here. So if it does manage to find some resistance there, you'd be looking for support. That would potentially, if it doesn't have any resistance before one of these 3 lines, then the place it'll come back to is this downward sloping diagonal here. Just the same as that if it breaks out of this formation, it'll come down and test this downward sloping diagonal here. So that's what it will do. And what else do we get to look at? Thank you very much for that, Batman Pajama. If you've got any specific questions on it about the way you're trading it, don't donate, just let me know and I'll get to it straight away. Everybody else, you have to donate. Kieran's Ghost 79, thank you very much. That was very generous. You're a real legend, Kieran. Ours, and dot. What else did we get looking at? CBA, got that on. Nothing else. This is the request section of the show, folks. Get your requests in. Kieran's Ghost doing it for you. ARS. Yes, DT. Is that right? Let me triple check. ARU. See, I was good at it. Check. What? ARUS. See, quadruple check. Whew. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. It's still not managed to break that horizontal, but it has found some support there. What's this saying on the weekly? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, Sputta. Okay, so I like this thing at the minute. Familiar, a lot of different charts really that have been around for a similar period of time. Have managed to break out of that downward sloping formation. You've got the liquidity that took you into, I suppose at this point it starts tightening. You've got the liquidity that took you on the measured move, and then you're potentially looking at a scallop there back above. So you had to break, and this is what we were speaking about before, so I'll show you the validity of this type of thing. There's your break. When you got it, you went to, this is the liquidity, you went in through another period of consolidation, know what I'm saying? And you broke up to the top side. This is also a pennant. I can't be bothered drawing both sides, so you can just imagine what the other one looks like. This is scallop, doesn't work with a straight line. So as you can see, price action here, it has managed to break to the top side after it's accumulated once. It hasn't managed to break the all-time high or even test that level yet. If we were to drop a fib on here, pull it down to the ultimate low, see, has come up to that important level there. Horizontal is quite important, obviously. I mean, this is not all that different from what we just described, formation and the structure that we were looking at previously. You've also got this, the triple top that forms the head and shoulders, and the measured move from that guy that took you into that downward sloping move, which was the only real confirmed downtrend on this guy. Take it from the breakdown, you've got your sloppy head and shoulders, so intersects here, and that also formed a resistance across price action after the recovery. So here you've got price action laid out in the structure on the weekly pretty clearly. Daily you got it up there, and you've got a double top, bearish divergence, come back down, you've got bullish reversal divergence, and at the same time, if you were looking at this as a bullish formation, which you could do, you can't really call it a bull flag, but you did hold at 382, having gone through 236, and now you're going to find a little bit of this as the zone of bouncy bounce. The bouncy bounce zone. So likely it'll be trapped in there. If it does break top side, be looking at 42. If it does break down again from here, you're definitely going to slow down around 18.5. That's 50% off price action from here though. Shocking. Yeah, so this is still lower highs, lower lows, and it's going to keep being that way until such times as it breaks a diagonal, and then it can break the horizontal. I don't think it would do both at once. So that's to say that 28.864 at the minute, it looks like resistance. That's a big enough chunk of weight, up 10% today. Blah-blah-bling, blah-blah-long-blong. What's that one? Delete yourself. Take a look at Tradesploshing. Thanks. You betcha. Delete yourself. I'll get right to it, sir. Right, so yeah, this is likely going to go sideways for a bit, or else break down and continue until it touches 18. Or, you know, this is a bullish formation, it's going to keep rising. I mean, you've got enough reason for it to do, having touched the bottom of the top of the bearish control zone and put in bullish divergence on this most recent low, or did it? Because it wasn't really lower in price action, was it? No, it wasn't. But that's sideways, and this is definitely up. So I can say class B, you've got a touch to the top side on your stochastics. It may be reverting to the trend. The dominant trend is up overall. On the daily, you would be looking at that, and still, but on the 4 hour you would be looking at this section alone and saying it's definitely a downtrend, putting the double top in advance, and you could say you could even probably draw on this as a broadening formation. So that speaks to the fact that, you know, although it would seem like 50 retracement is quite a big chunk to go from losing support here, especially having just found support at the 382, why would you be looking at the 50%? Well, it's because in order to get to the downward sloping formation that we could have sort of imagined was there before having drawn it, you know, we were aware of it there in the horizon. You know, if you were coming back down and you were going to test below previous price action and get into this, then it would be in line with the 50% here, and that wouldn't be anything like You wouldn't necessarily need to have an uptick in volatility to go that way, nor would you need to change the trend. You're currently at resistance and it is in a downtrend. So that's what we'll be looking at on the 4-hour time frame. If it breaks to the top side, you've got bullish divergence, there's potential for that thing to happen, but you've also on these lower time frames got a potential failure swing happening right now. Oh, suits you, sir. Swale your. Well, I'm moving all the lines. What is this? The lines party. So you've got this. I'll turn off the drawing so that it makes it more obvious. Price action coming up, testing that previous high. You've already got a higher body close than you had previously. You're in the bullish control zone, so I'm not going to completely argue with it. And then it's not the best failure swing imaginable. 4-hour time frame doesn't even look bearishly divergent, really. I mean, it's lower high, and that's as high as it does. It looks bearish. That's exactly what it looks like, but on the 1-hour time frame, you can't necessarily that's happened yet because of this most recent peak. That's obviously itself bearishly divergent, so we'll see if it breaks down, but it could do. Stochastics looks like this is the sort of place they would turn around from. Don't want to go too low before I make the point that they haven't actually, this trend's different, so you would anticipate the stochastics being slightly lower here. But also, because it's not adhering to the overall huge volatile move to the top side, but also 4 hours probably the best place for it. Oh, it's still too high there. See, this is the problem. The downtrend is still very much dominating current price action. Down to the hourly, where you've got that horrible bearish divergence. Looking left, you can see it's lower highs, not lower lows, lower highs, sideways price action. Still consolidation here, and you've got potential reversal divergence all over it. There's a horrible failure swing showing up on the 30-minute time frame. And on a 15, stochastics aren't happy. At this point, it's going to keep going sideways for a bit and probably doesn't break down. I could imagine it holds something in it around the basic center line on the RSI. It could probably hold that support level, and it probably won't break above that, and it'll probably just go like this until such times as alts make their mind up. They'd be making their mind up based on the Ethereum chart that we already looked at earlier. Ha! Dot USDT. Are you going to $19, Dot? Where are you going? $19? What does it look like, Dot? So it's managed to break the downward sloping diagonal, come in, put in a positive trend. This thing a little bit dodgy when you were looking at the RSI. Weekly time frame, fair enough. Stochastics, don't draw formations like that on this guy, but you did go through signal, and that's brutal turnaround there. Daily time frame, I mean, it's clearly on the weekly. I should point out the fact that it's at this important level of horizontal support. Dot is fairly sensible. I don't mean that in terms of the project itself, which it obviously is. It's exceptional. I mean it in terms of the, clearly it's like one of the top 5 in terms of like, could make a big difference to the way the world works in these senses. You're looking at, and it's also a great, I mean, it's a substrate, right? Anyway, you probably know all about this. Jubes does. You're looking at this thing here, and this is important level of support. That's all I really wanted to make. It's also a 236. Price action is putting in a doji. This could be an abandoned baby. If tomorrow opens and moves like that, see it up at $9 again, then you'd be laughing, right? This is very strong potential. Has gone through the center line there, and we are on the weekly time frame, but everything I said before was speaking to the fact that it's at support. Here's a potential area of consolidation. It's also true that you could draw a pennant on this guy. I suppose on other time frames it might work, look slightly different, but here it captures all the opens and closes, if not all the wicks, and they themselves kind of give, through their nature of their expansion, a little bit of dubiety to the bullish nature of this. It is consolidating. Stochastics want this to, yeah, you see the stochastics are going nowhere. It needs to pull out the bearish control zone on the RSI. Daily time frame, you're not going to get all that much on these things other than the consolidation after they've just been through and the fact that they all went through a dump recently. This is pennant. It could be a bear flag. If you're looking at this breaking down, like this is how you can, one of the ways you can tell whether TA you're doing is valid. Like you've got this potential pennant, right? Something like that. It's not really because it's already broke out of it. So really what I would use this for is like fake out, if it's only going to go that side to the top side, i.e. 7 spot 33, then it probably comes back down into this formation. So 7 spot 3. If it does break down again, I would say if it breaks below 6, then it's in big trouble. I wouldn't think it's coming to stop at 547. Say it'd be probably a continuation of something like that. Probably would be. That would match up with this overall linear expression price action. And the truth is, though, that's all very ugh. 4-hour time frame, you've got it in this period of consolidation, and it's dependent on what other things are going to be doing. The only other thing you can really say, it's in a downtrend, it's a little bit of a broadening formation. If it does continue to the downside, it'd be freaking awful. If it turns up again, you've got clear levels to manage your risk and target immediately in front of you, but a really strong move would be taking it back above 7.3. That would take you towards 8. You break 8, you've got a fake out at 9, you get back above 9. This would then be starting to put in higher highs. You'd want it to put in a higher low. If it makes it all the way up to around 9 or 10, that higher low might not be on this downward sloping support. Then, at that point, support, currently resistance. It might not be as low as that. If you get it to in around 8, then you could easily come back down to 7.3 again. If it does make it to 9, I wouldn't worry too much. I'd be thinking it's making a breakout move back towards 11 and change, and if it does break 11 and change, then I suppose you go back up to the weekly time frame and put this in perspective. The golden pocket retracement takes it to 19. If you look left, you can see that would be this previous support here on price action. There's also an interesting area of support here, and if it is that price action is breaking to the top side, it'll be in search of support, and having already done a move to 10, 11, you break 10 or 11, you're going to 19, right? There's a 50% retracement at 13, 14 or whatever, but the fact that these things would be breaking to the top side, the last 3 charts that we looked at, all of them would be breaking to the top side at the same time. Some would be having huge potential, maybe a bigger percentage move, but this thing, it's got a lot of people that like it. Also, it's got a long future, and there's no guarantee it would stop in at around $50, right? If DOT starts breaking back above 19, obviously there's a 21, 22 level. It's pretty important to a lot of people who trade DOT, especially back here when you found this huge rejection. A lot of people were disappointed about that because it had broken a diagonal, and this thing could have been in a bullish formation. You see with these previous lows here, you had the bullish divergence. If had it broken back above 20, 22, 23, you'd be looking at it testing $50. People were excited because they thought then it would go on again, because you wouldn't necessarily get a rejection there. If it did, it would have been Wyckoff. People would have been very careful, but it didn't happen. Now, if it goes back up, it will pause at $30, but it won't stop. It'll a tiny retracement, and then it'll go on. It'll test $80, and then it'll go to $307. And if it is, like I expect to happen over the next few months, a massive fuck off alt market, bigger than anything since the previous official one, then I would expect to see DOT testing 300, maybe going to $5,000. Definitely has the potential to do that sort of thing. If other things are getting shot in the ass and there's a bull trend continuing, DOT will be relentless the same way in the previous one Link was. So I think there's a lot of potential there. What else are we looking at in the chat box? Deletion of $10. Toon. Here we go with a Toon, folks. What else am I looking at and missing? Nothing. Great. Toon. Cartoon Studios. Oh, look at that sputter. You got some technicalities on there already. Okay, so it's been a long-term downtrend on the weekly time frame. You could draw this line across the top of price action. Obviously, you've got one impulse move that took you out of it. Has anybody seen Sean in the chat box since he said GameStop, Lambos, and then didn't answer me? And if you're very, very sensitive, Sean, sorry, didn't make you feel bad there, whether you're for me or against me. Didn't want you to feel bad. Anyway, there's these rejection wicks, a lot of them. One that broke it through it, didn't manage to get back above previous highs. So even though it hasn't been in a linear downtrend, it's still been always permanently forever in a downtrend. Recently you got a rejection from what was support at one stage. The body closes on this huge wick low, this previous touch. Now you're finding resistance, and it's been like that for a while. Delete yourself. Here, these drawings are fairly recent, eh? I was looking at this back on Monday, February the 12th. Sorry, assess yourself. Delete yourself. So it's going through a period of consolidation here. That move would have really pissed you off on the weekly. Mind you, what are you supposed to do? It's not your fault. It was problems very, very far away. And, cartoons, the Middle East, what could possibly be going on there? Isn't it brilliant, some cultures? Aren't they brilliant? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing, all these brilliant different cultures we've got? So we've got these three highs. This is coming in as a really clear level of horizontal resistance here at 1.70. That's a huge chunk on price action. Is it not? That's a huge chunk. Cartoon Studios, you are making massive, massive ranging moves at these areas. Obviously, there's a lot of danger on this thing. What with it trading close to $1, and it's on the NYSE, and they really don't think they like things trading for less than $1. Next earnings is in 24 days. Only does 500,000 a day and the market cap's 38 million. Well, so this is interesting, you know. Some houses cost more than that in America and New Zealand soon. So these downward sloping resistances, yeah, this thing's got a potential, but it's in a downtrend and it's screwed, and you're really looking for this thing. I mean, wouldn't it be brilliant if it could be buying it in an uptrend? But in order for that to happen, it needs to get back above like $8, $10, and it's currently at $1. So that would be a huge move. You're really not going to be getting trending moves on the large time frames with this thing if you're looking for long targets. On the daily time frame, your stochastics really don't like this move down. The RSI is taking it back below previous lows. I wouldn't put anything about divergence on there. What about that for a gap? That is not nice. And it didn't manage to recover afterwards. So weakness there. Those are both negative candles on the daily. On the 4 hour, since it's moved down, it's only had one positive candle. Itself was more wick than body, and that wick very much a rejection after a huge gap. This is dodgy. Maybe you're talking about it because you've seen that gap and you think it represents an opportunity, and it does. Of course it does. The bottom side of it, 10% up from price action at the minute, or more, well, close to that. And then closing it be nearly 30%, 35% on price action. Oh my goodness gracious me. So a little bit of interest there. It's also true to say that it is consolidating. It hasn't actually put in significantly lower lows in order to put in significantly higher highs. It may well have been that people would have been looking at this thinking it was even maybe going to be a channel until such times as that broke on this rejection. Still also true to say that it still could be that sort of thing. More or less. Could be. Your top side touches are correct. The bottom side not yet, in which case, you know, you would be looking at it as a wedge, and a failed wedge often becomes a channel, which is what this may do if it bounces now. Not yet happened. Top of the bearish control zone, stochastics looking fucking awful there. This is a straight line here. You see, the momentum is holding, but price action not at all, and with a huge gap and a move down. Stochastics don't like it. What is going on? Earnings, how long did we say? 3 weeks and a bit. And it started this awful move now. I mean, sure, you could be looking at that and saying it's bullishly divergent on the 1 hour at the minute, but it's not turned around, and so it could easily just burn that off. It's not as if the RSI hasn't got anywhere to go to. It has, lower, and it's already been lower at the previous low here, and price action is lower on a macro level and on this most recent move. So it could easily fill that up again, keep going, a little bit more of a rejection into the oversold. That could happen, you know, and you'd be looking at this thing back up again in a 4 hour or more, and looking at this previous low at 0.94, which is not particularly fantastic, because then it would start languishing. If it is that this thing breaks below that area, it having been such a strong potential reversal and then failed to break through resistance, you know, if price action breaks below there, I don't know where it's going to go, you know. I mean, I could draw out a potential target for you, but I'd be very, very cautious. First place, you'd be looking at 0.85, 0.63 wouldn't be completely impossible. And what's the narrative that's taking it this low and pushing it lower, other than Kenny and the bad boys? Bad boys, bad boys, what you gonna do? Ruin everyone's jobs. Ruin everyone's jobs. Ruin the climate, but mostly people's jobs. What we're looking at then? Boom! Delete yourself. Let me know what you think of that and more questions, because I feel like I'm not necessarily adding value to the previous work we did. You know, there is the potential for it to break up. It's had this violent move. The volatility on it has picked up so much, especially when you consider that gap, you know, the real volatility including the gap. Then, you know, for it to get down to a 1618 and test those lower crazy targets, you'd need a bigger increase than you've already had in volatility, which would be really, really ridiculous. It would have to like open and close there immediately. And no joke, it would have to do something absurd. It would have to have another huge, huge gap so that most of it wasn't on your indicator, and then it would need to keep going. Massive, massive, massive open. So that's the volatility is expressed in that, right? That's like the angular decline of price action and the distance the rate, like the distance time it took to do it, which is like sweet fuck all. So if it's to having even more volatility, then what, like, it'll have to go up to 11. You'll have to turn it up to 11. Volatility has to go up to 11 for this thing to break here. It's at the support of this potential channel, but it's only had, I mean, sure, like, there's 2 touches at the start of this thing, and this is at it now, but that's not a confirmed bounce or anything. You could just go through it. So I'd be cautious of that very much. So delete yourself. What are you looking for so I can do you with more value for this thing, sir? Right. Did I draw that, or is that Rocky's indicator giving me this? This is a target to the top side if it does break up. You know, this is possibly a reversal for it. Certainly was a reversal formation back there. This thing, if it does hold on to that idea, you know, if we take the channel as the top side, and this trend line's real because it's had 3 touches and the last was a strong, obvious confirmation. If it does manage to hold support on the channel at the bottom side and recover back above what was this wedge and get in there, that'd be interesting, because I'd imagine you'd see displacement and you'd see this move here, which I've drawn over the top. If it breaks back in, I'd expect to see this thing push up, you know, I really would. Obviously, I have to test 180 and break that. Then you've got resistance at 250, and I've got a line at 283, which could well be from a Fibonacci extension from the thing that took you into the move. Or that move, 1618. Is it the thing that took you into the move then? This guy. A lot of fibs coming up now. Holy fibs, holy moly molies. Another one's coming. Minner. Yo, Minner. 34 months. Slay a bong, slay a bong. Great to see you, Minner. Oh, my MacBook battery's going to die. Give me some juice. Alright, that's the bong of juice. Bing bong juice, man. So Toon, it's a little bit scary there. It's a little bit scary because of the fact that it's at these lows. It can't manage to break out of this little formation. Can't get above resistance, having tested it 3 times. Although, actually, there's like some harmonic resonance in here, yo. And then, actually, yo, that's like 3 peaks. As long as this doesn't break from here, it could actually put in a reversal formation now and play off the back of this decline, which looks like there's about 3 harmonics falling into that, and maybe a bigger one overall. So this thing does look like it could potentially be exciting if it did move up. What's the short interest on this? Is there something crazy going on? I imagine there's like everyone and their granny that likes shorting things has been doing it recently. Like the nature of that sort of a gap already at lows. I mean, sure, there was reasons, but like it's not like, you know, these guys are based in Iran or something. So I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% excited about the bullish move right now because of the state of it right now. But if it did manage to close that gap at 1.39, then this thing could be putting in a reversal formation. You know, it very much could be. Yo. You see, it's not actually happened yet, so like, you know, what does it matter where I take the X from? But like, well, it does matter, but you know, it also makes it very impossible. It makes it very impossible, you know. This guy, you don't really want that going much lower than where it is at the minute. And, you know, you draw it for yourself, but there's a potential Gartley. You got your 3 poops here, 3 poops at the top side, it needs to break up. What did that one, that was Minner, it wasn't a question, it was Minner. What's Bitcoin doing? Is it the halving yet? Is it the halving yet? Where's the halving? Is it the halving? Are we having the halvening? I'm asking you, chat box, you've got it on the screen. Toon, Tradespotting, 6.64% short interest for Toon. Thank you very much, Steel, you tall frickin' legend. Well, that's not that exciting, is it? 6.64%. Not really. The short's closed or something. Why is it so low? Shorts, why are you not all over that percentage-wise, eh? For show, or 9 blocks, depending on where you look. Holy shit, 9 blocks! Holy shit, don't look now! I want to look. Where is it? Holy shit, 56 minutes. It was an hour ago, just 4 minutes ago. How's it still 56 minutes? What? That doesn't make sense. So block 6 blocks. Takes an hour, 1 every 10 minutes, huh? So there's a difficulty level then. 10 minutes is how we'll see. 10 minutes, the difficulty level. 10 minutes, every block sold every 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Got 1 block, 2 blocks, 4 blocks. Right, this is not going to do it on the daily time frame. We need more exciting time frames. 1 minute. Look at that. Wow, bullish engulfing. It's already in an uptrend. No holding you back until you realise that this is a downtrend on that 1 minute. What about the 2, 3? Nothing exciting here. Why are we not getting exciting if it... Oh, there we are. It's in this formation. Well, we'll just go down 15 seconds. After that, it gets a little bit... I mean, even the 15-second time frame is like throwing paint at a wall a little bit, eh? Although those colours kind of work. Well, do 30 seconds. This is just too bad. It's too bad. Maybe I need a different exchange. This is the micro futures. That's not even open. What am I doing? It's not even open. I can just type it in. 30-second time frame. That's not great, eh? Do you reckon it'll go completely off the edge of a cliff right at the end of the day? As soon as the halving passes, as passing, as soon as the halving soul leaves its bloody... I mean, I don't need to say how obvious that intersection with the horizontal diagonal and that, like, I mean, I'm going to, you know, boom, boom, boom. With both times, wherever you take it from, there's a Fibonacci right at it. Maybe not that guy, but you know, there's a golden pocket from the high to the low as well. So that looks very, very much looks like that's where it is going if it does push up. But you're at 63.5, and you've already found a little bit of a hard time at 63.7, 63.9. Is it 63.940? 63.700, yeah. So already found a little bit of resistance there. So if this thing isn't putting in, you know, which it is putting in this shape. But if this isn't a true bullish break, then like Tradespotting, why do you never really draw it properly? And that's to annoy you. And then there you got it. There's a breakout. Look at that. Everything's magic. I am magic. Why is it also magic? Anyway, this is it. Where's the halving details? Is it on top of the screen? It should be. Is it on this scene that we're looking at me now? Yes, it is at the top there. Good one. And what's chat box saying? However, I couldn't figure out how to set my oven to 90 degrees. Ha ha. This square pizza. Ha yes. It's funny. Those jokes are quite good, you know, when you read the punchline first. Because you can, you're like, hi, yeah. There's a different funniness. There's a different funniness when you read those jokes backwards, isn't there? I'm not a cat. He is a cat. I'm driving. Y'all talk to me. Yo, you're driving? Where are you driving? You're allowed to drive? That's a surprise. That's a little bit of a surprise. That's great though. That's good news. And where are you driving to? I'm only joking. I know you drive your kids all over the world for sport. What is this? Flasher's the new Uber. Should be a top 500 company soon, Splasher. Campus police will pull you over for sploshing and driving. Yeah, you're really going for it on campus then. Really going for it. I'm really going for it now. Nothing's stopping me. Yes, talking about nothing stopping me. Wait, we're finishing the request section of the show.
Your money, nigga. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dedicate this one to all the hustlers that get up every motherfucking morning and put their work in. I see you, boy. I'm up before the sunrise, first hit the block, little bad motherfucker with a pop.
Yeah, motherfucker, that song's great. I want to give a shout out now. A couple of people I was thinking about during the week. Ryan Swales, he's got a very good... He's a small YouTube channel, you know, but he puts in so much effort and he's always funny, he's humorous, he's got a smile on his face, he's made serious videos, he does really good movie reviews, and he does recently a quite funny little enjoyable sketch that I was watching he's done. And I think you should check out Ryan Swales, especially if you like movie reviews, but typically if you like anybody who's in this channel, in this community, doing their own thing, and you want to support them in an easily accessible way, check out Ryan Swales on YouTube. It's like R-Y-A-N, Ryan, and then S-W-A-L-E-S, Swales. And then, if you didn't understand what I just said, you can go back and play it again, right? It's just as easy as I could say it again. Ryan Swales, check him out, really nice guy. And his YouTube channel, very small YouTube channel, but he puts in the work and he puts in the effort to make his stuff top quality. So I like that and respect that about him. And it's also very humbling to see somebody keep trying and doing a good job and putting out their interesting creative content. I have big respect for him, so you should check out Ryan Swales on YouTube, definitely. And then there's other people who'll give you a shout out in a minute.
From the rocks, learn to throw up bags. Get my skinny little ass kicked. Niggas laugh till the first motherfucker got blasted. I put the nigga in his casket, and now they covering the bastard. smoke blunts on the regular, fuck when it counts. Try to make $1 million out of quarter ounce. Keep ghost on the 5-0, fuck them hoes. Got a 45 screaming out survival. Hey nigga, can I lay low? Cook some yayo with $1.50 when I say so. Don't wanna go to the pen, I'm in fences. Nuts on a nigga back, missing me by inches. And they say, how do you survive weighing 155 in the city where the little niggas die? Tell mama don't cry, cause even if they kill me, they can never take the life of a real G. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. My time Roberts, nigga. For some nigga on the curb for my homies that deserve it. If I wanna make $1 billion, gotta stay dealing, kinda moving round the way. I think today I make a killing, dressing down like I'm dirty, but only on the block, just a clever disguise to keep me running from the guys. I'm getting high, I think I die, but I don't get no wins. I'm in the bucket, but I'm riding it like it's a Benz. I hit the strip and let my music buck, drink a liquor and I'm looking for a bitch to fuck. Rather die making money than live for illegal as I slang another house. I wish it was a kilo. I need money in the major way. Time to fuck my girl, she get paid today. I live thug life and let the money come to me, cause they can never take the game from a young G. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. So my niggas in uptown, get money. I'm getting money. Fuck the niggas that wanna box with that.
Where is that happen when you need it?
Damn if I don't, and damn if a nigga do. Now watch a young motherfucker pull a trigger to raise up, and don't let him see you cry. Dry your eyes, young nigga, time to do or die. I pack a pistol in my pocket, ready on my block. Ain't no time for a nigga to even cock shit. And I done seen a motherfucker be paid at point blank range, cause he slept on the game. Made a damn thing change. It's shaking and dice. Now roll him if you can't stand pain, better hold him. Cause ain't no telling what you might roll. You might fold cat J's from a slight cold. You better live your life to the fullest. We took the killer bull, got a pistol, motherfucker, better pull it. And even if they kill me, they can never take the life of a young G. I'm getting money. I'm getting money.
Corey! Yo! Great to see you, my friend. How you doing? Thanks so much, Corey, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Look, it did that thing there. Surprise, surprise. So it's up to you guys. Let me know what you want to see next. Thank you very much, Corey. Gives Corey a wee shout there. Total legend. Total legend. Yeah, so did you get your money? You definitely heard the song about getting your money. You know? He does. You know? stick around, definitely true. PB, good to see you. Personal best, peanut butter. Eric Everett! There you are, sir! An Ichiro, what a legend you are! Frickin' hell, what? Good to see you guys again. Thanks so very much for tuning in.
Living life without fear. Put 5 carrots in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood.
ICP, you're better here.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur.
Fucking hell, this guy was brilliant.
Flat. No need to worry, my accountant handles that. And my whole crew is lounging. Celebrating every day, no more public housing. Thinking back on my one room shack. Now my mom pimps an act with minks on her back. And she loves to show me off, of course. Smiles every time my face is up in the sauce. We used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty. Damn right, I like the life I live. Cause I went from negative to positive and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. Representing B-Town in the house. Junior Mafia, Bad Flavor.
See, this doesn't look bad at all. Well, I mean, there is things. There's things.
Now you know, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's all good business, baby.
Oh, I didn't even bother with that thing. Ah, God, no, stop. Whew. That's better.
Yeah. Motherfuckers better know. Lock your windows, close your doors. Keep it small. Yeah. My man Imp left a tech and a 9 at my crib. Turned himself in, he had to do a bid. A 1 to 3, he be home the end of 93. I'm ready to get this paper, G. You with me? Motherfucking right. My pocket's looking kinda tight. And I'm stressed. Yo, Biggie, let me get the vest. No need for that. Just grab the fucking gap. The first pocket that's fat. The tech is to his back. Word is born, I'ma smoke him. Yo, don't fake no moves. Treat it like boxing. Stick and move. Stick and move. You ain't got to explain shit. I've been robbing motherfuckers since the slave shit. With the same clip and the same 4-5. 2-point blank. A motherfucker sure to die. That's my word.
Should be using the same clip, man. Right. So, this thing is putting in a level of support here. It's trying to break up. It's got bullish divergence. The last low here on the stochastic was such a desperately huge drop off. Such a huge drop off, and then resuming the trend, it was definitely going to break up. It didn't get anything bearish. It stood in the bullish control zone for ages. This horizontal level you're hitting, that's a previous high. And now it's going to find support at it as the diagonal goes on to the top side. So if things are breaking up, this thing's fucking breaking up. And then if you want to look for extensions, you probably be this guy, because that was such a departure from before. 15 spot 2, that's a huge fucking chunk. It's already up 10%. It's at the 1618 previously, looking for support. That's very cool. $15. Got food.
Products at price
No.
is now on. With up to £200.
What?
Straight
I
motherfucking
gave him a
body.
bed in the morning.
Ever since a nigga was a seed, only thing promised to me was the penitentiary. Still ballin', riding on these niggas cause they lame. In a 6-1 Chevy, still heavy in this game. Can you feel me? Blame it on my mama, I'm a thug nigga. Before the sun rise, quicker than the drug dealers. Tell me if it's on. Nigga, that we first up on bus on these bitch made niggas. Sit 'em up, west side. Ain't nobody love me as a broke nigga. Finger on the trigger, Lord forgive me if I smoke niggas. I let my female strap, the fucker from the back. I get my currency stacks. California's where I'm at. Ride, pass by, why these niggas wonder why I got shot but didn't die. Let them see who's next to try. Did I cry? Hell nah, nigga, tears shed. For all my homies in the pen, many pen.
Everywhere I go, I ball. Precise, keep my game tight. Open show, I fall. I'm the invincible. When sister top principles loop, like the heat to the mark. Who got the heart to shoot? I get stitches. Play the game of BB Bridges. When I was young, dreaming about money, fame, and bitches. I like fat asses, fat money bags and cash and masses. Slowly as time passes, I found nothing but money rules, time and space. And in this realm, I thought all the fucking murders take place. And I'm in it to win. I'm out to get paid. Got all these bitches on my dick from all the money I made. It's a trade I've acquired. Growing up, inspired naturally, I don't give a fuck. I'm murderer for high.
Still worry about nothing, but the story was frontin', so reload and keep dumping.
I feel heat everywhere, niggas see me up in the streets. I don't tweak, speaking straight, 38 under the seat, mash. Mission mode, my thoughts withhold. Plots and plans for scams, money bags of gold rolling collide. Homicide vibes inside, thug life and dog pound on this midnight ride. Ever since we hit the road, we got
that's it.
station with no hesitation. Make moves, nigga.
Lisa, 25 bucks. Time for a look at CWCO. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Lisa. I've got so much time to look at anything you like. See?
Want people to take your business seriously? Introducing
I just
GoDaddy
read
Email
that
and
right.
Microsoft 365. Show customers you mean business with an
Sexy make her sing, she wanna get a record deal. What the shit do? That's when they get real. She got a booty so big, it's like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, little mama got sexy bills. Make her sing, she wanna get a record deal. You can't do with your boyfriend. It's when they get real. She got a booty
This
so
thing's
big,
getting
it's
a
like a
record deal
Ferris
with
wheel.
me. What I just
second, every minute, man, I swear that you can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room perfume. Go, 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 go.
Every time I write these words, they become a taboo. Making sure my punctuation curve, every letter is true. Living my life in the margin, and that metaphor was proof. I'm talking poetic justice, poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room which you trusted, I mean you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking for it, maybe. Call me crazy, we can both be insane. A fatal attraction is common, and what we have common is pain. I mean you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, and I can see power steering. Sex drive when you swerve, I want that interference. It's coherent, I can hear it. That's your heartbeat, it either caught me or it caught me. Be slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely, yours truly, and right before you go blind, P.S.
So, Sapo King of Hearts, you're actually King of Hearts. I just noticed your picture there is the Hearts logo. You're for Edinburgh. Yo, are you not playing the Rangers soon? You're going to pump them, man. They've just... You're going to pump them. That's going to be hilarious. Joe, Sabo, on the mobile. Can he reply directly? Well, shout out to Sapo. What's up? Shard Flasher, Ray played all the party panters. Party panters? Party. King Ray. Check out Reynaldo Moreno on YouTube. Reynaldo Moreno on YouTube. Reynaldo Moreno. You should check out Reynaldo Moreno there. He does really good music. And if you're trading along during the day, listen to Ray, you'll have at least 20 brilliant trades. I think it's pretty much the rule. So check out Reynaldo Moreno. He's a really, really nice guy. He's a brilliant part of this community. He's got his brilliant channel where he plays any song you want, any song you mention. He'll be able to play it just from one listen. He'll play it himself in his own way perfectly. He's got a fucking brilliant voice. He's a really nice guy. He supports people. He's really nice to everybody. He's properly kind, good dude. And I wish him all the success. It'd be great if everybody here subscribe to Ray and get a big boost up there. Ray, Ryan Swells, Reynaldo Moreno. 2 brilliant YouTube channels you should subscribe to. Brick by Brick by Reynaldo Moreno. Brick by Brick. You betcha.
Taking so damn strong. I've been gone, the bricks. So I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, yeah. I'm gonna build this house brick by brick. I know this power ain't gonna come from another, yeah. Stronger together, stronger together. We gon' find a way. We gon' find a way. We gon' find a way.
Smooth tunes there from Ronaldo Moreno. Check him out on YouTube. Ronaldo Moreno. Bing bong. Right. Total legend. You just gotta check him out and subscribe to his videos. Just do me that favor. Right, so look at this thing. It trades in this channel, right? I mean, that top side of it's like silly, but it's real. It actually like is in this bottom half of it. And it's just found a rejection at the basis line there, or what is like top side. It's all-time high, this thing, so that's significant. Came back, beat that high, and it hasn't yet found support, even though it's come back to the previous high. So is it going to go back all the way into the current formation that we're seeing, you know, since like here, right? Like since, I mean, that line doesn't mean anything other than price action since then. You know, it went consolidated for a long time till such times it put in this higher high. Again, similar situation that we're talking about on the macro level. It put in the higher high, and then having come back down and not finding support at these previous highs and then gone on again, it did eventually instead come all the way back down at the bottom of the formation. So is this thing going to do the same thing, come all the way back down to the bottom of the formation? It wouldn't be all that crazy, you know, like I'm on the weekly time frame there, and just to go back and put it in context, it's had 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, you know, there's actually 2 in around there if you drew it properly. So it possibly, you know, possibly does come all the way in there. It wouldn't be completely crazy. By the time it reaches there, it would be in at around 1350 anyway. There's a tiny little gap on the smaller time frames there at that level, so it could fill that gap, put in a higher low, test the bottom side of that weekly channel, and then go up again. Because this is a utilities company, they tend to, often their charts tend to be very, very regimented, and these guys based out of the Cayman Islands and the Bahamas, they're a water company based out there. There's like significant potential danger from climate change that can affect this company, this industry in that location. So I don't necessarily anticipate this trend continuing forever, though they do seem to have their fingers in all the water pies out there in Georgetown. Yep, I think this thing's going to be trading and coming back down now. A little bit dodgy potentially, but then at the same time it has put in this all-time high. It hasn't found support at that breakout point. But the thing is, despite the fact that there's lots of detail down here, it doesn't give you really much good information. You're not really getting much good information because this trend has broken here, the uptrend. Price has rolled over, it's had a rejection out of a downward sloping diagonal and then returned back into that previous formation. I don't think you can draw whether this is broadening or tightening or anything, right? It kind of is potentially, but I don't think you can really go on that yet. If it does break down, there's this gap top side of it in at around 20 bucks, 21 bucks, and then if that doesn't hold, there's another gap somewhere. Where's the other gap? I thought I saw another gap here somewhere. I saw another gap, yo. Maybe I did. Aha. Tiny little gap. Look at that. Wow, my eyesight isn't so bad after all. Yeah, so you know, it could come in at 14, could very much go to 21. And that's like more than 10% off this thing. Is that another gap? Yeah, it is. Pa-ching. Maybe that's where it was. What's this guy then? Oh, that's a previous resistance from a high on a 2618. So this linear trend, rolling over, falling off here, gaps to be filled, is quite a regiment chart really. You have to keep going back up to the weekly time frame, right? That's what I had to keep doing when I was doing analysis and putting it in context and looking for the extensions from previous highs Like, what range are we looking at on this thing? Is it going to go and do another 2618 off of this back of this guy? That would like all the way up to the top side of this thing. I don't know if that's likely. I think for the main current picture, you're looking at it pulling back down, despite the fact that there's extreme amounts of bullish divergence there. You've also got a potential head and shoulders at the top side of price action on the weekly time frame because of that wick high, which isn't like, this whole formation isn't obvious when you're down on the daily, but because of it, it does give it this right shoulder effect, and then like obviously it disappears really, but there's still some of it there. If it is to break the full side of that, I mean, where do you put your neckline there? At least there, and that does take it down to that, fill that gap, you see. So I'd be cautious of going long on it right here, Lisa, and then you get that, it starts losing all useful information down here. Like, that's got strong amounts of bullish divergence, huge amounts of bearish divergence, following a linear downtrend, though why would there be so much divergence? Why? It's totally unnecessary. Why so much? Why? Why? Anyway, so that's unfortunately, I don't know if I can give you much better detail on it to say. I'd be very cautious about trading it right now. I do understand there's loads of bullish divergence at these lows on whatever it was time frame we were at before. But it's covered in cat vomit, you know, and it's not like it's breaking out of any diagonal, important or otherwise right now. So I'm not 100% sure right now. What's these earnings? They were good, oh fucking hell, they were amazing. Why did it go down so? Oh, it did. It went up post market. That was what that was. There's another gap up there. Then it would have been. Yeah, it's hardly noticeable. That's hardly noticeable. 29. $33. So it only went up 10% after surprising in earnings by per share surprise earnings. Revenue nearly 20%. Estimate 44, reported 65. They blew that out of the water. 50% earnings per share, 20% revenue. It's not like a small amount, it's small enough, but it's like 53 million. That's such a muted reaction, really. Partly because it was breaking this trend, but it wasn't managing to break important horizontal levels. See, you can surprise on earnings by 50% and it'll still fucking tank. It's like the cat vomit all over that's awful. Fundamental analysis ain't for shit, eh? It's so annoying. Yeah, so they're a Cayman Island company and they're a water company. I think they're subject to potential danger for climate change. Yo! Thank you for the love of our community. Yo! God damn it. It bursts out of me, yo. Look at that lovely little piano in your picture there. 4 likes, deserves 1 million. Let's celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. 10th super! Let's celebrate! That's fucking right! Let's celebrate it. What will we celebrate it with? That's brilliant. Let's celebrate it, Yono. Thanks so much. What did you ask me for Pika as well? I'm going to get to Pika now, because I don't think I can help much more with that, Lisa. But I will keep an eye on it, actually. Bzz, bzz. It's red. My vape machine thing's calling me. Pikachu STD. Pikachu STD. Pikachu STD. Is this what you're looking at? Pikamoon. Yono, thanks. Where is it, BJ and BJ? BM BJ. BJ. BM BJ. Damn, I'm getting old. Don't be silly, Flasher. Pika. It is. I gotcha. So, Pikachu. Right. Oh, yes. This looks like these other charts we were looking at earlier. It's like exactly the same technical analysis. You know, it's the downward sloping diagonal, caught support going through it. It's got the horizontal it needs to break, but it hasn't yet done so. If it does come back down, it likely tests this diagonal, but you want to be putting in a higher low than that guy, and presumably you would not. There's like an impulse move there, so you probably want to not break lower than that. So if it does move down, you want to be looking at this sort of thing to hold it. It has though potentially, you know, some people would say Like, you know, right? Not me, but like there is the potential for this to happen. If it breaks to the top side, why not, right? It doesn't. It's going to look for somewhere to go, and I'll give you a line, right? Here's a fucking line. That's the breakout though, not back there. It's like this breakout, and so it's just that you're coming all the way up here. I mean, fuck it, right as well. Pikachu, what sort of a move would that be, just out of interest, before I start laughing too much at this thing? Yeah, what the fuck? So, I mean, this, like, it's got loads of potential. This thing does move loads when it moves, that's for sure. What was that as it happens? That just retracement from this second high. Well, that could have been worse. I mean, that's not bad. Also, you can say it's got the same thing underneath that all these things had. This channel, you know, so if it does break into this formation, again, i.e. this doesn't hold, this idea of a high or low in around here, right? If that doesn't hold, then neither will this. It'll be back to this idea. That's what will be happening. What just came in there? What just came in there? Gimme yo! Gimme yo! Great to see you. Great to see you. 32 months. How are you doing, Gimme yo? It's always great to see you. Everybody loves Kim. Right, so you're looking at this. See, Baba Jama, what are you thinking about it, Ken? I always like it when somebody tells me what they're thinking about the things. It gives me, like, it frames my thoughts, and I know not how to do that myself. So, you know, that's an important area if it breaks to the top side. And this is the fake out zone, having broken the downward slope and diagonal. I do think this thing looks like it really needs to test those areas, right? So, what does that say about the Bitcoin halving? 7 fucking minutes? What am I going to do for 7 minutes? Bitcoin halving, you'll have to put it back like 5 minutes. It's like when you know I've said this before, it's like microwaves, they're useless because they're far too fast. Like, what am I going to do for like the 38 seconds that the microwave's on? Stand there looking at the microwave, feeling like a total idiot. Like, yeah, this is it, because there's like literally nothing else I could do for in 18 seconds. Stupid machine. Crazy cat. No scat chat. What the fuck's happening? What's happening? I only went away for a minute. Yeah, me too, but it's going to be a while for recovery second replacement. What's this? Your shoulder. Now you're talking about this thing. You don't need another shoulder. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, Jai. Why did I not get a like on that? I want to be able to like that. I want to be able to hit the like there. Kimmy, yo, you legend. Yoro, you legend. What else did I miss in here? Did I miss something? And maybe I did, you know. Flasher. 31 months. That's why you're saying you're getting old. That's why you're saying that, because it's 31 months. Am I brain dead today? JS, you legend, ya. Still loving that JS thing. That's the one. That's what it makes the week. It really does. It makes the week. I'm not joking. Hey, I am serious. It really does make the week. You know, yesterday's video got like 157 views or something last time I checked, at which point I decided I'm going to stop checking. And I thought it was good, you know, put effort into that thing. And so, but I don't ever want to stop, you know. I don't want to stop. I know when things do move, a lot of people rely on me that don't day to day. I just wish they were more fucking dedicated, eh? So, you know, that's what I want. People to be more dedicated and more consistent. Like JS there, holy shit. However, like, I mean, you're really cribbly. Bloody cribbly. Be like JS, please, everybody. Be just like him. He's the guy to be like. They both want a tight seal. What do? What's the joke? It's a joke. There's that's I'm not sure. What does a walrus and a Tupperware have in common? Sarah, there she is. How are you doing, Sarah? You must have had a long day. Right, 7 minutes. It must be about 2 minutes now. What's your Bitcoin halving at now, you big halving you? Complete! Shut up! The Bitcoin halving's complete! The price is going absolutely mental. I'm not there for the Bitcoin halving. It was a blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, it's so exciting. Can you feel the excitement and the having? Oh, we'll get to see how this channel thing worked out. Oh, that's not it. It's a line. It's a line. Here, it's going up alright. It's holding along this channel. Yeah, it's probably going to do alright, yo. It's going alright at the minute. It needs to get back up above 63986 before I can actually be saying that for real. It's not managing to break down here at the moment. If it starts doing it though, this is where it would go from. Oh my god! people. My God, I needed that drink. Don't worry, I'm the only one who lives here. One more Stella. Oh my goodness gracious me. So the Bitcoin halving is happening in. The Bitcoin halving is happening as we speak right now. The men in the orange jackets are chopping it in half. It's like, ow, ow, stop hurting me. Ow. But it's like a worm, right? It's like a worm. Like when you chop it in half, it just grows a new head right there. It's brilliant. Oh God, nobody wants it now it's been cut in half. Look, nobody wants half a Bitcoin. It's like half a whole. What are you going to do with half a whole? I don't even know where to keep that, right? What am I going to do with half a Bitcoin? Oh my God. Oh my God, all the way down to 63.7. My God, this thing is crushing people who bought it at 63.9. So it's not managing to break this important high here, you know? This is the problem, so if you're looking for a downtrend, you got your one. This is your two. If you're two, that's not a very good two, is it? It looked like a backward swan. It still looks like a backward swan, but at least it doesn't look so lonely. You got your two, and some people would be anticipating there being a three, you know, a lower low. That's what they'd be anticipating. This thing has not managed to break this previous high, and so this downtrend is still potentially on. What with this being a lower high, this clearly being a lower low, and you're looking for continuation of that trend to be another further lower low. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that, everybody? BMJ! That was just before. Where did I hit the like on it? I didn't. I got the like now. I got it now though. I got the like now though. So 1, 2, 3. People will be anticipating this. If it doesn't manage to break back above 64, people would be looking at it coming in into 62.5. This would be market structure and whatnot, Dow theory and what have you. Dow theory. Dow famously, Dow was the husband of Jones, right? And they were two prominent pleasure seekers, two dominant pleasure seekers who wed in holy matrimony, right? Long before you were born. And there's a whole theory about it, right? It's called Dow theory. And so some people call it Jones theory. I don't really understand those people. I don't know why they do that. You know, they make a mockery of the whole of the history of the thing. You know, it's like, why would you be so flippant and trivial with it? You know, they were real hedonists. They made a real, you know, they were a real difference to popular culture. So this thing currently putting in lower highs, lower lows on this part of the trend, speaking to the nature of this thing, it is really still actually going sideways at this point until such times as it breaks 63,000. Flasher, 99 cents with a little poopy guy. Oh, why I can't like that or put a heart on that? That's not fair. I obviously wanted to like and heart that little poopy guy. Thank you very much. Appreciated, Flasher. Is it because you wanted me to look at something that I missed or something? No. Stella, it was Stella. XML, it was XLM. Thanks. That kept me on. That's, thank you. Oh, look, but did I just come off this? No, that was Bitcoin. I'm confusing myself now. That was exactly this information I was looking at. This thing's going sideways here on all the way up to the 3 minutes. Let's put in a higher high on that side of it. And I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about divergence 7 minute there. Not a real peak. Strong reaction. When you put it in context on the 30-minute, it's obviously got this horrible resistance here. Stellar Tether. What are Stellar doing nowadays? They used to be like What were Stellar? Were they like the open source link or something? What were Stellar? Were they like open source link, or were they try to copy? Or were they try to copy someone else? Right, Stellar, and then if anyone else wants anything, let me know quickly. Stop making those noises, computer. Thank you.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy they pour when I'm thinking about you. Oh no, 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 I've been thinking about you. You no, 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 I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you, do you? You were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house I could sell you in Idaho. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kiss you. Got a fighter jet I don't get to fly.
Fucking hell!
Now I'm thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about this? Do you, do you, do you think so?
That's right, Katie. Thanks so much, Flasher! Did you see that? Yo, guitar site! Sarah, why were you late? Flasher! $100!
How you feel?
Thank you, Flasher.
Though you were my first time.
Hey. As soon as she got back from holiday, she was straight into the work, straight into the community. We all missed you too. Thank you so much. Why does this song get shit? Fuck off, BNG! You can't even do that! Tell Rocky we miss him and get better and we need him. BNG, I'm gonna send that back to you. You have to stop doing that. Fucking hell! Right. BNG, jeez. Alien Conspiracy Podcast. Can I catch up in on them? You can't catch up on them when you're supposed to be here. Don't do that again, Sarah. At least you're caught up in them now, right? I hope. And it's not a conspiracy. There of course are aliens. I mean, come on to fuck, eh? Use your brain, eh? There's obviously aliens. Like, there's obviously aliens. Not only is there obviously... There's obviously fucking loads of aliens. There's loads of aliens. There's not only are there obviously aliens, there's obviously alien empire. Obviously, right? You could travel at the speed of light. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would only take you like 1,000 years. It took 1,000 years to conquer the entire galaxy that we are in. So they're just really, really far away. Really far away. And so they're not interested in talking to us. Not only not interested in talking to us, we're not interested in talking to them because we're so different that there's no way that they would accept to live under the same rules as us, and there's no way. Stay away, aliens! We don't fucking need you right now. We're embarrassing ourselves if you turned up. If you've seen the state of America right now. Aliens, we're busy. Come back later.
Let me show you how to greet me when you meet me, when you see me. If you're real, my nigga,
Yeah.
you know how to holler G.
Believe me now, bitch.
It's just me.
I need to drop some links in the trader chat room, please. Thanks.
I could go at Nas and Jigga, both for the throne. I don't need love, baby.
Do we believe in aliens?
Take a reality, I don't need shit. I'm high all the time. I smoke that good shit. I stay high all the time. I'm on some bullshit.
There's a capital A on aliens. Alright, I give you a fucking capital. Not that kind of capital. Do we believe in aliens? Make my mind up for me now, live on stream, please. BMG, what are you doing? Blaster, thanks so much. JS, thanks so much.
Have shorty fresh off the stoop, ready to shoot. Big blunt in his mouth, deuce in his
Guitar outside with a 20 bucks. Go away to win with a 25 pounds. Quid. You're a legend, Jamie. Fight for everything. I hope you are well. I am really well, mate. I'm really well, mate. Thanks. I gave up smoking everything 4 days ago. So I'm fucking on top of the world. I healed in fucking seconds. So I'm really pretty much like I never smoked a thing. So I'll give it 6 weeks before it means anything. But I'm doing brilliant. Meeting all my responsibilities. I'm doing brilliant. How you doing, go win and win? How you doing, Guitar, eh? Guitar, you work too hard nowadays. Although I'm glad to see you on the Fridays. Thank you so much, Flasher. I appreciate it. Loads. Everything you do as well. BNG, a legend. Kimmy Yo, 32 months. Kunyo! Yonyo! Thank you very much for being part of this community too. Charney Flasher, 31 months. Kitties. Cheers. JS, you legend with a 50 freaking blabs. Stop making the noise, Andrew. That's Andrew Gentry.
Find highly rated products at
Rated songs on Andrew Gentry's YouTube channel. What a brilliant. And Reynaldo Moreno on YouTube. You should definitely check out Reynaldo Moreno's live shows every day. You should go to his channel and subscribe. That's the first thing you should do. You should go there and subscribe. And then Ryan Swales on YouTube. Go there, subscribe there. You know, and I can tell you, as a small YouTuber, you know, when something like that happens, like 10, 15 people, imagine that, went and subscribed to your channel. It makes your fucking week. Honestly, you're bouncing around, walking 20 foot tall. And you could do that for those people. Go, subscribe. Reynaldo Moreno, Ryan Swales. Give him some support. Elegy, 34 months. Yo, it looks like we do believe in aliens to 96 fucking percent. Look at that, aliens. You don't need to fucking abduct us or probe none of us. We believe in you. Loads and loads. They're not in my kitchen right now. I don't think. Right, at least you fucking shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, right? Nobody gave you permission. We've got rules here, alright? You're not allowed in people's kitchens without invitation. Apart from these people who've all been invited, that's what the show is. I am well as well. Family good. Good to hear, win to win. That's good. We'll keep it that way. Keep it that way. Go in and win, thanks so much. A lot of times you've been a lot of support. I appreciate you. BMJ Shadow with another $2. JS, 31 months. It's 31 months. It's that kind of time, isn't it? It must be that's when the channel got monetized or something. Because everyone's like 31 months, 33 months. There's no one that's like 46 months. Or like 78 months. Or another higher number. Stop that, Batman Majama! I'll have to end the show. Wait a minute, that was before, was it? It was, thank fuck. Pardon me. Bro, I push paper these days, but I vigorously. Poo 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 poo. Well, as long as it doesn't push you back. You know, Elegy, you missed the Sibida Ibida at the start of the request. Yeah, the CBA. That's right, CBA. The first time I saw it, it's because, you know, it means can't be arsed. That's what the acronym is. So somebody asks you something, you're like, you just write CBA, whatever, and they're like, what does this mean? And they have to ask somebody, and then they ask them, and it means that he says he can't be arsed. And it's great. They always have a stinking look on their face. It's great. You should try that. Wait, what? Just got $42 in dividends. That's pretty healthy. What's that as a percentage? That's not bad. Here, it's 96% in believing in aliens. That's fucking huge. There's like... I'm Mr. Believe in Alien YouTube channel doesn't get 96%. Wow. Holy shit, guys. Well, I have to say, this has been a huge success. BMJ Shadow, $5. Go sub now, please. There it is at Rocky Outcrop. Holy shit, that's the one. This is the one. This is the one, everybody. Copy that link. Go and subscribe to him at Rocky Outcrop. There he is at Rocky Outcrop. Technical analysis on the Outcrop. Bloomin' brilliant. Short videos, live videos, normal videos, clips, short clips, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Podcast, community podcast. That's the beautiful community. The beautiful community's podcasts. This is the channel to be subscribed to, by the way. Look at that handsome devil. Look at all these educational tips. This is the shit, by the way. Look, you see when a thumbnail looks like that? The content is fucking ace. Right, if you want to trade, and you see Rocky's got a content like this sort of thumbnail, click it, and watch it, and then save it, and watch it, and watch it, and watch it again. Okay, this is very, very good. You should definitely check out Rocky Outcrop's channel. I think that's a top recommendation. Boom, subscribe to that. 100%, flicking brilliant. And then go to his Patreon, get signed up there, get the indicator, join the paid side of Discord. Frickin' level the shit in hell up already. Alright, did it say the TA on this thing? I don't know if I said it out loud. It's in a downtrend, it's rolling over, it's currently consolidating, but then there's this worrying sign on RSI considering what we're looking at on price action, and it looks like it's going to fall over, and we don't want that to happen. There's a get to click like on that too. Did I click like on the other ones? I would get so surprised. I forget, you know. I did. And then I kind of wasn't. Where's it? Oh, it's because it went through the other. Because you're smart. That's why, Flasher. The extras. Extra smart. Kenny, all my mail, and then I didn't even say. He didn't even say thanks. Yeah, it's disgusting. It, like you can tell, like the way it's like the like some sort of, it's like an afternoon Mayo shade or something. It's like the afternoon Mayo shade. The afternoon Mayo shade. That's what I was saying. You couldn't hear me because I had the afternoon Mayo shade on my face at the time. But you know, I mean, when you have both sides of the aisle in Congress looking up into UAPs and black projects. Both sides of the aisle, eh? That's funny. That's both sides of the aisle, you know, because like, you know, the political thing, right? Like I don't get involved. You know, you'll notice, right? I never get involved, and I've never got a commentary on it. And this, likewise, isn't one. But it's interesting, isn't it? Like the either side of the aisle, the analogy, because like they make it seem like they've got big problems with each other, so that you'll have problems with each other, when in fact, when you're not looking, they go and fucking shag each other. That's what they're doing. They're actually getting married in this partnership of screwing you, and when you're not looking, they're going to go and shag each other. And they have you fighting each other to death while they're literally shagging each other, you know. They're shagging each other, you know. That's what's happening. Both of them are shagging each other while they pretend like so that you'll tear each other apart and get really angry and be all emotional and get upset. And they're out shagging each other. Literally, the two of them, yes, those two, right now, shagging each other. You know me, always looking for myself. But she's got to go back to Afghanistan soon, so we need to schedule a phone chat. What the fuck does she have to go to Afghanistan for? She has to go to Afghanistan. Don't let her. Keep her here. What the fuck? Don't let her go to Afghanistan. Who is this? Don't let them go. Don't let her go to Afghanistan. Get her out of Afghanistan. And then other hers she knows. Get all of them out too. Get the fuck out of Afghanistan. Unless you really love the place and whatnot, then cool, awesome. But if you're a female in Afghanistan, get the fuck out of there, yo. Oh, do we have like we don't like say like just because you come from Afghanistan you can have asylum here. You should, because the place is so fucked. You should be allowed like poverty. You should be allowed to escape poverty. That should be allowed. You shouldn't be stuck there. Oh no, we've decided that you live in poverty country. Sorry guys, that you shouldn't let that. Shag while you can. That's what they're like. They're in there shagging. I know, right, Sarah? It's fucked up, man. Shagging each other. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's straight, right? I watched fucking thing on YouTube and there was a guy there and he was saying something absurd and he was on the Joe Rogan show and he said some number, some stupid number that wasn't true. And then I watched this other YouTube show and it was about science and shit. And they made some other bollocks up and they said something that just wasn't true. And it's like, how can they say all this untruth shit when there's like actual factual breaking news that they're shagging each other right now? And, you know, just off camera there, just behind the curtain, there they are shagging each other. And it making everybody else so emotional, upset while they're off shagging each other. You know, Tradespotting got her out. She's replaced in Kathmandu. Alrighty! Kathmandu. That's like somewhere from the movies. It doesn't really exist. Like Kathmandu and Casablanca and Edinburgh, yeah, New York and other fake places that aren't real. And Australia, you know, it doesn't exist either apparently. There's loads of people on the internet say that. They say, fucking just go there, you know what I mean? Just go there. Like, this is why you know that people that believe in a flat earth are poor, because you can go to Australia, you can go there yourself. Like, they want you to go there, and it's cool. As long as you go at the right time of year, you'll have a great time. And you don't bring, like, dairy products, or any plants, or anything. Or as long as you don't bring anything. Or you yourself arrive on a boat from a country, from a little island nearby. Then, yeah, you should definitely go to Australia. Great. The Shagathon is on. Exactly, I'm not a cat. Shagathon. They never stop. Crazy. Shagging down under. No, they're shagging in America. And your political leaders are shagging each other. Not in Australia. They used to be, the Australian politicians used to be the absolute joke of the world. No offense, Australian people, but your Prime Minister was like a swimmer or something, like not like an Olympic swimmer, like a swimming teacher or something. Like, and his qualification was that like he had 2 pairs of speedos and something, right? That was him. And then you're booed before, like when you decided he was too shit, you just kept putting the same guy back in over and over, didn't you? And he was like a complete joke. You know, like honestly, they couldn't have normal, coherent conversations, and so they were awful. Like Australian politicians are famously fucking stupid as shit, but they are massively better than the American ones. They're so much better than the American ones. You know, I don't want to offend any of my American viewers. So if you've got some like deep-hearted, real, true love for these people, like if you're actually literally in love with these people, then just ignore what I'm saying, right? Just ignore it, because I don't want to upset you or offend you. Your friendship with me is more important than either of our stupid opinions on things. But what's not an opinion is this fact, right? That your 2 most prominent political leaders shag each other all the time. Literally shag each other. Literally, okay? And you guys don't know it, and you think I'm joking, but it's fucking true. It's true, okay? They go to the cinema together and they hold hands and they sit there next to each other and they rub each other's legs. And I'm not joking. It actually happens. And you fall out with each other when they have fake fucking arguments and they've got their hands up each other's fucking pants walking down the main street. They like literally has his hands and the other one has his hands and they're in each other's fucking jeans, like that, like inside their pants. Then I'm not joking. Hit that like button. You know, and these are your political leaders. It's fucking messed up, man. No wonder you've got things like GME meltdown and fucking... And like, can you imagine what sort of a dystopia you must live in? Such a fractured society you must be from for people to have made things like GME meltdown. And for your 2 most prominent leaders literally shagging each other. like shagging each other, is fucked up shit. Literally shagging each other, you know? That's messed up. Anyway, people might take exception to this show. But what you should know is that comedy exists, right? Comedy exists. And it has failed you. It has failed you. Because it should have been the method that you were delivered this information. So that I didn't have to deliver it now. In this fashion. You know? Literally shagging each other, man. What the flying fuck's going on? And and yous are all falling out with each other about silly arguments. When they're like shagging each other. Mad world. Fucking mad. So, that brings us to the end of this show. Bitcoin, what did it do in this amazing halving experience? I've been having some of it. Did you get your Bitcoin halvings? It has done this 1 hour time frame. Get out of my face. Wow, look at that. It's a little bit exciting. Here, it loves the Tradespotting line, so it does. Loves the Rocky Outcrop channel and the Tradespotting line. Boom. So, the question is, does it go on for the tree? The tree fitty? Or do we break up and get an uptrend? You know, this is a higher high, but in the context of this guy, it's number 2 on a lower high. Obviously, it's higher than these. But this section of the trend, it's not the be-all end-all. It's the 1 minute time frame. It came from a period of consolidation and fell into this. Oh, and that's a rejection after a retest, support, now resistance. And then, boom, come up, higher high. But it's not on the momentum indicator, divergence, so it needs to come back down again. And then you've got cat vomit, sideways, consolidation, consolidation, and tightening. And that what you get in on these higher time frames is these reduced volatility, even though it looks like it's going up on the tiny time frames, because your range just gets tighter and tighter, which is what's going to happen with these candles until a break, which could come higher and down, or they're going to, I mean, they typically would get tighter and break down. We'll see what happens, yo. What a great show it was. Thank you very much for tuning in. And all those people who donated and made it so special. I got through some of them, but not all of them. Let's start at the start. It was today. Boom. Kieran's Ghost. Thank you so much for being here. 30 months. BMJ Shadow Legend. Kieran, delete yourself. Minner, Corey. Legend, thank you so much. Vizal V, Lisa, 20 bucks. Thanks so much, Lisa. You're a total hero of mine. Total hero of mine. And I don't know how I'm so lucky to have you. You're amazing. JS, fucking JS, you're the same. BMJ, JS, Kitties, Flasher, frickin' Flasher. Everyone 31 months. What's this with the 31 months thing? Listen to Ronaldo Moreno. Yono, thank you so much. Kimmy, 32 months. Go to win guitar elegy. Did I say it? 34 months. Yes, thank God. And then everybody go and subscribe to Rocky Outcrop. Boom. Ryan Swales. Boom. Ronaldo Moreno. Boom. Fruit Black. Tradesploshings are my favorite. Thanks very much, Katie. 33 months. Holy shit. Only elegy beats you then. On that tonight. Holy shit, Katie, you got a record there. Holy shit, Katie, you got a record there. Hey, that's kind of impressive. Much love and many thanks, King Jamie. Kimmy yo. Thank you guys, it's another brilliant week. It's another fucking brilliant week. I'm super surprised, I didn't expect it to happen. But it did. Welcome, very much welcome the Sploshing. It's a great mix of comedy and important news. Like, for example, your president and your other dude shagging each other when they're making you have arguments and fall out about trivial flippant information. It's got really no effect on your real life, as neither do they, because they've got no control over their own parties, nor do they have any control over like actually delivering effective political policies to you, never mind then implementing them, because they're too busy shagging each other, aren't they? So thanks very much for watching the show. Thanks very much for everything you've done this week. If you're watching this show later, I don't know how you managed that, because I'll definitely get penalized and have to take it down. So thank you very much for watching. Loads of fun things, loads of great people. See you on the Discord shortly. Brilliant.